talk all the time about the 5 keys to a life of impact, and mindset, I feel like, is the number one key to finding the ways to impact people around us. And so we're talking, yeah, we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into why mindset is important. We're gonna talk about what is a fixed mindset, what is a growth mindset, and then compare and contrast growth versus fixed mindset. But before I get into that, I want to make sure you guys know about Next Level. Next Level is a membership slash mastermind that I've created to help especially solopreneur men find purpose, to, as they move through life, to find purpose, to fulfill their God-given potential, and to reach the next level of growth and impact, both personally, professionally, and spiritually. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about it, I'll drop a link down in the show notes of the podcast. So if you're watching this on video, you might not see the link. I'll try to add that later. But if you listen to the podcast version of this, check the show notes to find out more about it and to apply if you're interested in joining. Also, I had one other thing I was going to announce. Yes, I know what it is. I'm launching or relaunching a new podcast, old podcast, whatever. I had played around with it a little bit, and I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to go with it. Constructive Liberty is not going to go away. I'm still going to do Wednesday shows on Constructive Liberty and maybe a few interviews now and then. But this new podcast is called Finding the Next Level. And this ties directly into my coaching business, and it's all about helping guys find the next level of growth and impact in all areas of life, but especially those 5 keys that we talk about so much. So check that out. That is going to be coming out on Monday. It's going to start on Monday. There's like maybe 5 to 10 episodes already in that feed. So you can listen to those. Most of those are interviews that I've done in the past, geared towards, that growth and impact thing. But the new format for that show, there's probably still going to be some interviews in there as bonuses, but it's going to be 5 days a week, just really short episodes, probably, as short as 2 minutes, maybe as long as 10 minutes, talking about all the different areas of growth and the keys to impact. And I'll go over those again for you. That's purpose, mindset, relationships, health, and wealth. And not necessarily in that order. I think I have mindset first, but I've played around with that order. But anyway, you get the idea. Today we're talking about mindset. Let's jump right into it. Why is mindset so important? What's the number one factor that determines whether or not somebody succeeds in life or at achieving a goal? I mean, you might throw out a lot of different things. It could be anything from like genetics to luck. It might have a special skill in that area, natural talent, maybe hard work. That's got to be in there somewhere, right? Could be being a part of the right network or having the right college degree. I don't think that is the contributor. It could be for some people. And all of these are important to one degree or another. Some of them more important than others, some more important for some people than for others, but those are not the highest thing in helping people find success. So if you guessed mindset, and you probably did because I told you we're talking about mindset today, but if you guessed that, you're absolutely right. Mindset is a better predictor of future success than any other factor, including hard work and natural talent. Hard work and natural talent are huge. I think hard work is even more important than natural talent. But without the right mindset to drive that, you're not going to reach the success that you want in life. No matter what the goal, no matter what the achievement that you're setting out for, graduating high school or college or getting a promotion at work or buying a home, starting a business, any of those things, it takes the right mindset. It is so important having the right mindset to move you forward to reach that next level of success. There's there's few cases where other factors are as important as mindset, but Not typically. Like, you've got to just take being a surgeon, for example. You know, you don't want somebody that has a great mindset that is not very steady of hand to do surgery on you, right? It's like, no, man, I got this. And he's in there shaking and cutting arteries. No, you would rather have somebody that is a very steady hand than a great mindset of, yes, I can do this. And talking about like business and buying houses and doing things, most times when we set out to do something, when we set a goal, we don't always succeed on the first try. And having a great mindset can help you to separate yourself from that failure, if you want to call it that, and look at it, figure out the lessons to learn inside of that instance, inside of that thing that happened, and figure out the lessons that you need to learn and adapt how you approached it, and then grow from that and try again. Keep moving in that mindset. People who have a growth mindset will get up and try again. Like, you don't just be like, oh, well, that door was shut, I guess I'll go figure something else out. You find another way to get there, to get to that destination that you wanted to reach. You find another path to success. You find an alternative route to reaching that goal. You work harder and smarter. Maybe you get coaching. You ask a mentor for help. Whatever it is, you go figure out how to get that thing that you wanted. Failure is merely an obstacle, not an insurmountable mountain. It's not an insurmountable thing. You can look at failure. Lots of people have lots of failures. Each failure is a block that you can either pile into a pile of rubble, or you can set those blocks up strategically to help you climb the stairway, climb that ladder to success. Mindset gives you the grit, the determination, and the stamina to keep going. And when everything seems lost and hopeless, someone with a great mindset finds a way through it. They find the light in the darkness. Mindset is the number one predictor of success. So if you want to increase the odds of achieving, obviously I'm thinking of cheese. If you want to increase the odds of achieving the goals that you set for yourself, you have to cultivate a growth mindset. But before we get into that, let's talk about what's a fixed mindset. There's two basic types of mindset. You have a growth mindset and you have a fixed mindset. Obviously, we want a growth mindset, right? Because something that's not growing is dying. So the two opposing views, the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset, they have different ways of viewing the world. Most of us, though, don't have a purely growth mindset or a purely fixed mindset. Like, we have a combination of the two. We may be more into a fixed mindset, like that's how we view most things, or we may be more have a growth mindset. So a fixed mindset believes that the qualities that we're born with, our attributes, our intelligence, all of those things are fixed at birth, not able to be changed, not able to be improved upon. Someone with a fixed mindset sees the genetics, if you want to put it that way, as just what they are. Like, this is what I've been given with, that's all I have to work with. Someone who has great intelligence, they just won that lottery, the genetic lottery, They're stuck, The people who see things as what they've been given don't know how to grow it. They don't know how to increase it. The principle of compounding interest. They don't see that. Someone with a fixed mindset sees things like skills and natural talent. They think, oh, I'm just no good at whatever it is, sports, carpentry, engineering, farming, raising animals, anything. They're like, well, I'm just no good at it, so I got to find something that I am good at. Skills, though, those things can be improved through practice, but when you have a fixed mindset, you tend to believe that those things are just given rather than earned. Those things aren't built upon. You just either have them or you don't. If you have a fixed mindset, you tend to seek safe opportunities rather than challenging ones. You see challenges as obstacles rather than opportunities. You'd rather have safety. You'd rather have surety than the unknown because you don't believe that you can achieve that. I face that sometimes. We take, if you have a fixed mindset, we tend to take constructive feedback as a personal attack rather than simply a feedback that we can use to grow with. Rather than trying to improve our skills and performance in any area of life, it's an attack on who we are because obviously we're fixed, we can't do better, so I'm not able to grow and improve because we're just given what we're given and that's it. So someone with a fixed mindset, if they try something that they're not good at immediately, they probably give up on it because, well, I'm just no good at it. It's got to come naturally, or I'm frustrated and I'm just not going to try, and the end. Someone with a fixed mindset feels envious of others or threatened by others when they have success. They are the "it must be nice" guy or gal. Like, they see somebody driving a nice car. Oh, it must be nice. They see somebody who gets a promotion at work. It must be nice. They forget the hours and hours that person busted their tail to earn that promotion. They don't see that. They just think, oh, it must be nice. That person can do that, but I can never get that. In some instances, having somewhat of a fixed mindset can be a slight benefit. That's probably not the right way to put that, but a fixed mindset can help you to embrace reality. So you tend to see what is, but it does keep you stuck in that, right? Someone with a fixed mindset doesn't have unrealistic optimism, so they're not the person who is cheerful in the face of impending danger. Like, they see things for what they are often, but they do get stuck. So let's talk about what's a growth mindset, the alternative to having a fixed mindset. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold today. A growth mindset is one that believes in change and improvement. Someone who has a growth mindset, you believe that your skills, your talents, your passions, your income, everything about you, they believe that through hard work, practice, self-education, they believe that those things can be improved. Obviously, natural talent, like somebody who just is good at everything the first time they do it, I'm thinking of my cousin Kyle in particular, that is obviously a gift of genetics. But that alone isn't enough to push someone to the peak of performance. It's not enough to move a person to the top of their craft. Even the most talented person in the world gets better through practice. Take Kobe Bryant, for instance. He was relentless with his practice. He was the best basketball player of his generation. Some people consider him the greatest of all time. Probably not, but probably top 5, top 10 at least. His practice ethic was off the charts. There's a story of a guy who, I think they were, it was Olympic basketball or something. This guy went to the gym to work out. He got there at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Kobe Bryant was already in the gym practicing, working out. This guy worked out a couple of hours, and he was done. So he decided to sit down and see how long Kobe was going to practice. Watched him for a couple of hours. Like, he just went at it relentlessly. And Later, he asked Kobe about it, and Kobe was like, I wanted to show you that no matter how hard you work, I'm going to outwork you. Even though he was the greatest basketball player of his generation, he increased the odds of his success by working relentlessly, by outworking anyone else. Not only was he probably more talented than anyone else, he worked harder than anyone else. So he just increased exponentially the odds of his success by outworking and out-talenting the other people. Someone with that kind of mindset, they embrace challenges, sometimes to the point of seeking them out. A great basketball player wants to play the other greatest basketball players around them. Or the best NFL player, the best golfer, the best of whatever their field want the biggest challenges because they know that will improve them. You know, somebody who is a 10 in their field doesn't want to play a 1 because it doesn't push them. It doesn't challenge them. It's not going to help them grow. Someone who has that growth mindset, they see constructive feedback. Remember, we talked about someone with a fixed mindset sees it as criticism. Someone with a growth mindset, they see that as a helpful feedback in order to help them improve themselves. It's not criticism or a personal attack. It might be, but someone with a growth mindset takes even that criticism, even that personal attack, and is like, is there something in here that I can learn from and grow from? They separate themselves from that attack and look at it. Like, what can I learn from this? How can I grow in that? What's the key here to help me move to the next level? That gives them a resilience that allows them to be less affected by setbacks, by failures, and they bounce back a lot faster than someone with a fixed mindset. It doesn't mean that nothing affects them, but they're back in the game quicker than somebody who does not have that growth mindset. And when they see other people who are successful, rather than saying, oh, it must be nice, they look at that as an inspiration. Like, it's possible. I know I can do it. I know I can achieve that thing that I so long to do because I'm seeing evidence of it right there. That person has that thing that I want. So what did they do, and how can I go about getting that for myself? How can I achieve that thing that I want so bad? There's an example. What can I take from their success? How can I imitate them? How can I use their path to increase my own odds of achieving that? It takes persistence, resilience, dedication, and commitment to growth. Those are the pillars or the hallmarks or the foundations of a growth mindset. And that takes hard work. That takes constant dedication and effort to cultivating that growth mindset. It takes reading lots of books. It takes listening to people who have been there, done that. It takes a lot. There's a lot that goes into cultivating that mindset. That's not where we are naturally, but we have to, if we want to continue to grow and improve and move to that next level, then we have to have and cultivate a growth mindset. So let's talk about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset for a minute. We're at 20 minutes, so we'll go another couple more minutes here, maybe another 5 minutes, 10 minutes. A growth mindset and a fixed mindset, they seem like polar opposites, and in a lot of ways they are, but there's more to it than that. So they are essentially different ways of looking at the world, different ways of processing and utilizing the information that we take in. So as someone with a fixed mindset and someone with a growth mindset sees the world, as they look at things, they see the same thing, but their brain doesn't record the same thing. One person can look at an event and see, oh, the devastation. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, we'll never recover from this. Another person can look at it and be like, wow, the opportunities. It's incredible. Just go back to the Great Depression in the 1920s. So many people were extremely negatively affected during that time. So many people were out of work. Families starved. People struggled immensely during the Great Depression. But on the other side, in that growth mindset, I think there were more millionaires made in the Great Depression than at any other time in history. I think that's what I remember hearing. Like, there were a lot of millionaires made during the Great Depression. A depression, a recession, any of those times are immense opportunities if you have that kind of growth mindset to help you see those opportunities. If you see a problem, don't just see the problem. Look for the opportunity inside that. Like, if it's a problem that I see, how many other people see that as a problem as well, and how can I provide them a solution? So, from a personal development standpoint, we obviously want a growth mindset, right? But that doesn't mean that a fixed mindset is never useful, okay? And they both have some advantages. Obviously, a growth mindset has far more advantages, but sometimes a fixed mindset can help you out in certain situations. The vast majority of people don't have only a growth or only a fixed mindset. It depends on the situation for them, right? And it's a tricky thing that can vary from one facet of life to the next. Like, there's certain situations that I just cannot see a way out of. I can't see a way through. I just don't know how to move forward in those areas. I'm fixed. I'm stuck. I haven't grown enough to be able to see creative solutions to move beyond that. And then there's other areas that I'm exploding with opportunity. I see all the ways that see all the possibilities inside of that opportunity. Whereas, another person might view that same thing as simply a done deal. Like, there is no opportunity there. It's a failure. In the end, we can't get past this. And I think so many times we have a fixed mindset when it comes to viewing our own situation, when it comes to where we're at in life. Just take, for instance, so as I build and grow my coaching business, I get stuck in so many areas. I get stuck on so many things. Like, what is the key to this situation? And then I'll have a conversation with another coach around the same area, and my mind explodes with the possibilities to help them move past it. And then I sit down and I'm like, well, how can I apply that to my own life? Like, that seemed like an easy situation. Seems like an easy solution. I found it for them. Why can't I find that for me? It's because when we get wrapped up in our own thoughts, in our own mind, we see things through our own eyes. We see it from this situation. We see it on a first-person level. And our field of vision isn't very big. We've identified the key elements in our situation, and we forget to look around for other opportunities. Just take an escape room, for instance. Someone with a fixed mindset, they walk into there and they see the clues, but they don't see them as clues. They don't see the potential, the opportunity for those clues to help them out in different situations. And that's how we view things through our own eyes. That's how someone with a fixed mindset, especially when it comes to their own situation, we can only see the clue as, oh, there's 5 different colored bullets. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Put those to the side. I don't know what those have to do with anything. And we don't connect them to other things. We don't connect them to the color-coded cards that are over there, which will give us a clue to unlock that door. But when you can separate yourself from your situation, the same as you do when you view somebody else's situation, when you can separate yourself and look at it from a bird's eye view, we'll say an eagle eye view because they have incredible eyes and can see things from miles away. you see so many more opportunities. You see so many things that could be used for keys. You see so many clues, so much. It opens the possibilities in your mind to what's out there. You might identify 10 different solutions for somebody else to get through a situation when you're in that same situation and you freeze because you can't see a way out. All you can see is, here's me, here's this massive obstacle. I don't know how to get over it, under it, or around it. But when you see that somebody else's situation, you see all the opportunities. You see the path to climb up over the rock. You see the tunnel underneath the rock. You see the way to get around it. You see so many different things, because oftentimes a growth versus a fixed mindset has to do with how personal the situation is. So if you're stuck on something, if you're needing to find a solution and you can't find it, you're stuck. Try to remove yourself from the situation. Look at it as if it was somebody else there, and brainstorm 5 opportunities for that other person to get around it. And then you jump on the one you like best and move forward on it. That is how to move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset when it's personal like that. So I hope this has helped you to see the benefits of having more of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And I hope that, I don't know. I hope it's been helpful. We'll just go with that. What are some ways that you have been stuck in a fixed mindset? I'd love to know. And how have you identified any areas where you've seen situations where someone else has been stuck in a fixed mindset and you have viewed it from the outside with a growth mindset and can see the way out of it? I'd love to hear some stories that you have. Send an email to ken@constructiveliberty.com. Love to hear your stories. Do good.